Right now, Virginia State Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting. This morning, we learned that the person who was shot has died.
And according to Portsmouth Police, it happened on Navajo Trail last night, and that's not far from Portsmouth Boulevard. 13 News Now reporter Lise Brown has the latest on what happened.
Neighbors and police looking for answers.
We were laying on the couch, and we just heard the two gunshots and seen the flash, so I ran in to get my kids and tell them to get down.
Kendra King and her family live at Bell Hall Apartments in Portsmouth. That's where police seem to focus their investigation into a deadly officer-involved shooting on Mother's Day.
It's definitely scary.
Just after 11 Sunday night, Portsmouth police say someone called about a possible armed home invasion. When officers got to Navajo Trail, detectives say two armed people confronted police. Investigators say police told the suspects to surrender, adding the suspects refused. That's when police say an officer opened fire, shooting one of the suspects.
So we came outside, and that's when we seen the police, and they told us to go back in the house because it was a crime scene at that point. I seen a watch on the ground, and then there was a gun over there in front of that white car.
Police took one of the suspects into custody. The other died at the hospital. LeVar Oliver says that was his new neighbor.
I hope the mother get answers on what happened.
For several hours, detectives searched for clues. Portsmouth Police Chief Tanya Chapman called in Virginia State Police to take over the investigation. And per Portsmouth Police Department policy, the officer who was involved was placed on administrative leave. If you have any information, you're asked to give police a call. In Portsmouth, Lise Brown, 13 News Now.